planting time, planting in the garden today. Hello, welcome to 77's Garden, where we talk about gardening, ways to save money, and other special events. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get notified of all upcoming videos. Hello everybody, so it's that time of the year, beginning of spring, so we can start planting outside right now. There's no more sign of frost. We're not gonna get any more frost starting from now going forward. So even though I started planting a few of them a little bit early this past week, today I'm gonna try to plant as many of them as possible, and then just finish it in the next couple of days or next week. So right now we're gonna start planting. I'm gonna start planting the stuff that I have in the greenhouse, and then plant some of the seeds that I have that I was waiting for this time to plant it, and then we can go from there. So let's go see if we can start doing some planting, and hopefully you guys already are able to start planting too. You can plant now, and hopefully you won't have any sign of frost. If you live in zone 6B like I do, you can start planting, but if not, just check your local zones. I'm sure most areas, especially in the US, are already planting at this time going forward. There might be a few other zones that might still have to wait a week or two, but we can start planting now. So let's start planting, and let me show you what I'm planting. So as you can see here, I have tomatoes that I'm gonna plant. Some of them are still tiny, some of them are still, so I'm gonna plant some of them and then plant the rest later on. I have some other vegetables over here that I'm gonna plant. I have, as you can see, sweet bitter leaf that I'm gonna plant. I have some pumpkins, and I have some peppers, have some water leaf. Planted some water leaf already. I have some over here. I have some okra that I'm gonna plant. I have some kale and some other stuff that I'm gonna plant. So let's get started, and let's start planting. So the first thing I'm gonna probably start with is I didn't plant corn. Usually I do plant corn. Like 4 years ago I planted corn. I started the seeds indoors a couple of weeks, like a week or two before transplanting outside, but this time I'm just planting them from seed. So what I just do is just soak it in water for 24 hours, and I just drain out the water. You can soak it for 24 to 48 hours, and then you plant it. So I drain out the water, so I'm just gonna plant it. So this is my corn I'm gonna plant. This is a separate variety that I'm gonna plant. So let's go start planting. So planting corn, you just have to decide where you're gonna plant it, and various locations you want to plant it in the garden. As you can see, the garden, some of the stuff has been planted already, and a few other stuff, some of them we just threw the seeds on the bed, and they just planted the seeds on the bed, and some of them are still gonna they're gonna germinate, but we planted a few things already, so we're gonna continue planting the rest right now. So let me see if I can do this with one hand, and then plant with hold the camera with one hand, then plant with the other. So I'm gonna plant some corn over here. Last year I planted a few of them in the middle of the bed. So this year I'm just gonna put it on the close to the fence on the side like that. And when you're planting corn, you can bury it deep. It's gonna still do well. It's gonna grow from it. So I usually plant like between 3 and 4. You can do 5 if you want, but I do between 3 and 4, and just close it up. You can press it down like that, and that's fine. So we go to the next one. I'm gonna do another one over here. So since corn is something that occupies a little bit of space, you want to make sure that you don't plant in the middle of your small vegetables. It's gonna cover some amount of light from it, so just make sure that you plant your, so you can, like I said, you can plant 4 or 5. Just spread it out like that, close it, and that should be it. As you can see, when we were tilling the bed, we planted some potatoes. We planted some potatoes, and the potatoes are already coming out. That was last week, so we're just gonna keep going and planting the rest. So here I'm just planting the corn, like I'll say about 6 to 8 feet apart. I don't want too much corn in the garden this year. I just want to space it out, so that way the rest of the plants that I have gonna have some space for them to grow, and the garden is not gonna be too compact. And I'm just gonna skip a couple of beds and just plant just 1 or 2 beds with corn, and the rest is gonna be in the back row of the garden. I planted a lot of the stuff that I needed to plant already. I still have some stuff in the greenhouse. I can show you later on what we still have in the greenhouse, but I planted a lot of stuff that I needed to plant today, and hopefully, well, we're gonna continue planting the next couple of days, 2 weeks. Let me just show you what's in the garden right now, what we've planted, and some of the stuff that's already coming out. So let's take a look. So we planted pumpkins, we planted potatoes. You can see potatoes right here. Planted some herbs, parsley. We planted some pumpkin. As you can see, we have pumpkins right here. We transplanted some pumpkins, potatoes, lettuce. Also transplanted some tomatoes over here. Planted some peppers. These are bell peppers right here, and I also planted some spicy habanero and ghost peppers. That's okra. Tomatoes. That's a garlic and onion bed that was already planted already, and so we did plant some kale and transplanted some kale, and right here some huckleberries, tomatoes, okra, planted some spinach that was already there. Over here we planted some huckleberries, and the seeds are already we spread some seeds on the beds. So here we have more potatoes and huckleberry and some garlic and onions over here. So we've planted quite a few things. Over here we have a lot of potatoes. This is gonna be our potato bed right here. And up there I have my strawberries. I'm just trying to create a strawberry patch over there. Here we have more pumpkins, and we have some tomatoes. So we've planted quite a few things, and we're gonna be able to at least continue planting the rest of the items that we have in the greenhouse. I can show you the greenhouse and show you what some of the stuff that we have left in the greenhouse, but we still have a few things that we're gonna plant. I'll say within the next week or 2. These are some of the things that we have here. My leeks, we haven't planted the leeks yet, and we did plant some of the kale and the collard green. So we transplanted some of the sweet bitter leaf over here. this raised bed that I made. And over here, more sweet bitter leaf. And over here, we transplanted the water leaf. So there, and some tomatoes and kale. So we're gonna continue planting. So over here we transplanted some sweet bitter leaf over here and some pumpkin. Let me know in the comments below if you have already transplanted most of your stuff into the garden, and also let me know the type of plants that you growing in your garden. Hopefully we'll get a good selection of people that are growing different things. So just let me know in the comments below what you think about the video, if you are planting anything or you transplanted anything into your garden already. And also just don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And let me just show you what we have in the greenhouse, left in the greenhouse. So in the greenhouse here, we still have some garden egg right here. We have some sweet bitter leaf, it's still coming out. So hopefully within a week, it should be ready to be transplanted. We have some tomatoes over here. We have more sweet bitter leaf over here. And over here, we still have some sweet bitter leaf. And down here we still have water leaf that's coming up. Should be able to transplant those very soon. Over here I still have some bell peppers that need to be transplanted into the garden or into containers. So that is it. So we still have some planting to do, but it's just the beginning, and hopefully we'll be able to finish transplanting. I'll say, like I said, within a week or two we should be able to be done transplanting, and then we can start waiting for beautiful vegetables out of the garden and start enjoying the garden. And hopefully you stay tuned for some of those videos coming up. So still have a couple of pumpkins and water leaf over here. Okay, that is it for today. I hope you liked the video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to share. Thanks for watching. Happy growing, everybody.